Hey everyone, it's Mary Louise here from East Coast Stamping with Mary Louise, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Aylesford, Nova Scotia, Canada. Thank you for dropping by my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome. Love to see you give a thumbs up at the end of the video. And please hit subscribe, the little bell. That way, every time that I create a new video, you will get a notification. If you're stopping back by for a visit, I'm glad that you've returned. Love to see comments, and let's get started. So today's card is going to be a really quick and simple card. It is going to be featuring the Happy Little Things stamp set. We're using Wishing You the best day ever. I'm using a piece of the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. There are 3 strips, 1.5 by 5 1/4, and these are each 1/2 by 5 1/4. And then I have a coordinating piece that is 3/4 by 4. So I'm just going to move my mouse out of the way. I'm not quite sure why it was there. I have a base of crumb cake, which is 5.5 by 8 and 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored in 2. So that's just been pressed down with my bone folder. And then I have a piece of Highland Heather. Had a little bit of a brain freeze there, and it is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to start with my pieces of the Perennial Lavender and adhere that down using my Stampin' Seal. It's really a very simple card. It's great to use up those small pieces of Designer Series paper that you may have lying around the house, your craft room, or you can use make your own Designer Series paper, or you can use paper that has been embossed. The possibilities are endless. So I'm just adhering all my little pieces. So you don't put the pieces all together. You give them some space in between. Just try to focus a little bit on getting them straight if that's your thing. So that's how it's going to work on the front. I'm going to adhere that now to the card base. Then we're going to get to some stamping. All right, so I have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4 for my insert, and I am going to stamp that using Gorgeous Grape. And then we'll have the inside all done. All right, perfect. So now just set that out of the way, and then I will adhere my piece of DSP for the bottom of the insert. Strangely enough, Stampin' Up! Always puts the coordinating DSP colors so that it's easy to coordinate. But for some reason, with the Perennial Lavender, they didn't put in what color this background is. So I'm taking it as crumb cake because it's a really nice match. That's what we're going to go with. Okay, so now using the Stylish Shapes dies, I've used the square, but we're going to stamp it going this way because it's the only thing I really have that's big enough to accommodate the Wishing stamp set. So the Wishing you, the celebrate, and excuse me, love, all have an inside and an outside stamping, if that makes sense. So there is the outside of the wishing. Now I'm going to do the outside of the U. And I'm sure that there's probably a technical term. But I don't have one. So what I mean by inside and outside is, using my Highland Heather, I'm going to stamp the inside now of the U. So as you can see right now, it's just big bold letters, which is lovely. Now I'm going to fill those letters in. Now I am just pulling it a little bit out of focus for you just so I can see to line these up. Fingers crossed. Not bad. So now I'm going to do the wishing as well. So again, I'm going to pull it just a little close to me so I can line up. That's cool. That's cool. So I did the outline in the Gorgeous Grape, which is just a little deeper color than the Highland Heather, but I feel like I need something up there. So I think what I'm going to do just stamp off a little bit. There. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to move my ink and anything inky out of my way because I tend to have a little bit of a, you know, issue with sometimes things landing where they're not supposed to. So we'll put a few dimensionals on. Okay, that pack of dimensionals doesn't seem to last a long time before we're going to the edges. Either that or it's just been a while since I've made a card. Now, let me bring out my tickle trunk. This is what I keep all of my embellishments ribbons in. So let's see what if there's a ribbon or a twine that I want to use. See, that's how easy it is for me to get all colored up. I should have thought this part out beforehand. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of the textural elements, which is an online exclusive. And I forgot to mention that actually the Happy Little Things is also an online exclusive. And the Perennial Lavender is in the annual catalog, as is the Stylish Shape dies. So I usually color my elements there, and I guess I've got all the backings off. I don't think I'm going to this time because it does match so nicely with the crumb cake. I am going to move that slightly so it's not so in the way of the Okay, now I am going to put on a few of the, what do we got? Rhinestone Basic Jewels. Now I think I'm going to have to, yeah, I'm going to have to put a little bit of adhesive. Oh, that one's already been painted. That's funny. Clearly I painted it for something and didn't use it. So all I use to color them with is my stamping blends or my markers. I could rub it through. I could use my blending brushes, or I could use my blending pens. And actually, you know what? I think I am going to, because it just looks a little stark. And I'm going to use the Highland Heather. Ideally, yeah, it could have been done before I put it on. I don't think I can move those very easily now, no. I thought my blending pens were right within arm's reach, but of course they are not. All right. I don't know where my blending pens are. That's kind of weird that they aren't in my spot. Do you have a spot for everything? I do. But for whatever reason, my blender pens are not in the spot. And if I happen to find them, I'll probably touch this up afterwards, but, or when I find them. There. I actually kind of like that. So there you have it, a very quick and simple card using a small piece. It would be 1.5 to 2.5 by 5 1/4 total, and then just cut down a couple of pieces, and there you have it. So thank you again for stopping by, and look forward to any comments you may have. Have a great day.